Greetings, fellow magical wanderers. It has been a minute, and let me just tell you, there have been a lot of things shifting and changing around, not only in my life, but out in the collective, in the world, with everyone. And there's no doubt in my mind and in my heart that you are not relating to me saying this right now. And so it's been a process for me to get back here to this platform and be in this space, because I've been really working on myself personally in order to come from a fulfilled, whole, truthful space in offering these messages channeled through spirit. And yeah, nonetheless, we're here now. I'm going to be offering some intuitive card pulling, and we're going to start with the stone of the day and then some word of the day from my own journal. So without further ado, let's just get right into it and make it simple. So the stone of the day is Leopard Jasper. And Leopard Jasper is really good in connecting you to the natural elements, taking it with you when you go into nature on walks, barefoot walking. It helps you connect also to the spirit animal of the hawk and the ancestors and ascended masters that express themselves through these energies. This stone is also really good for accessing connection to ascended masters and archangels. And for me, anytime I work with Leopard Jasper, it brings in this real, true, calming, grounded center to where I feel like nature has come to me, and as if I'm walking myself through nature just by wearing this. Now, that doesn't actually substitute, going out into an actual walk through nature. But if you don't have access to nature around you at this time, Leopard Jasper is a good one to go for. And just feel its energy, work with it, and see what it brings you. And I promise that it will be a very delightful sensation. So with that being said, we're now going to go into the word of the day through something I have written myself. I believe I wrote this one while I was by a running stream of water, and I was sitting on a rock in the flow of the water, so I was really feeling these words as they were coming through. And so I read now. Shambala is where a water drop flows and health glows, a bountiful life which God bestows. The rhythm and beat, you can feel earth beneath your feet. Stop and listen. There aren't any buzzing streets, just buzzing bees, going to do their divine deed. Not much to life when you embody its full strife. Like lightning that strikes, feeling the soul vibration it spikes. Soaring higher than a kite, yet learning the prestige art of letting go with all your might. As water flows, energy goes. Only God knows. Tattvam Asi, which means thou art that. That's the word of the day from Hunter Moon. Okay. So one thing I've really been told recently by higher spiritual energies is that the outside world is way too much hustle and bustle and way too fast for nature to really self-rejuvenate. It takes its time. It goes with the flow. It is ever more so in the present moment, allowing itself to be all that it truly is. So here I am coming forward now with this reflection. I'm just simply being myself. I'm going with the flow. I'm going at my own pace. I feel absolutely no rush. Nothing else is coming through here other than a message coming through the cards for the collective. So first, I'm gonna just have some water. And now we're gonna get into the cards. For those who have been to my channel before, welcome back. And for those who have just found it and are tuning in, welcome. And I speak that these offerings offer a lot of personal guidance and insight and answers to your questions that you may only know. And that's what it's all about, is having that direct connection with spirit that is watching and guiding and being with you every step of the way, come through and offer these messages. And as I offer these to the collective, I am part of the collective, so these messages are also for me, and I'm taking them in as well as I'm offering them. And yeah, so the cards that are really coming through are from the Lightworkers Oracle deck. Spirit Song Animal Tarot deck. And this one that I'm already holding in my hand. Namaste, Blessing and Divination, Sweet Little Deck. So those three we are going to be pulling from today. It seems like a very lighthearted message coming through from what I'm picking up on. It's very attuned to the energy that I'm feeling, which is just an impeccable amount of ease and grace and patience and presence and everything of that nature. So we're gonna start in the rhythm in which we were called to them. So starting with the Lightworkers Oracle deck, I'm just going to briefly ask Spirit and the guides and Ascended Masters and higher selves that are tuning in to these evolutionary energies right now. What is a message we can offer towards the collective today that we are best needing to be aware of in divine order to continue pursuing our journey forward? What's the general message? Okay, that card is not wanting to go back in. There's one more though, I feel. Just one more. Okay, well, whew. Okay, there are two more actually. So I'm gonna pull those out. Wow, okay. These cards are perfectly aligned with the Leopard Jasper stone. So first card we have, first card that came out is the Earth element, grounding. This is a time of planting new seeds, nourishing their growth at its own pace, not going too fast, not going too slow, just finding the rhythm that works for you, planting the new seed with intention, with focus on it, not hyper focus. You know, it's kind of like when you are literally planting a garden, you plant the seeds. It's not like you're standing out there and right next to it day in and day out, night and day, just waiting. No, you leave it alone for a while and you come back, you check on it and you see its progress, and then you go back and you leave it alone for a while and then you go back. You know, it's that process. You're in these new seeds that you're planting, you are needing to allow nature to run its course. You know, don't force anything. Don't water it too much. Don't give it too much sunlight, and don't give it too little of water or sunlight. Just kind of tune into the present moment and awaken what is utmost needed at the time without overexerting your energy. And in this grounding, you are going to find some truth that resonates to you very, very, very deeply, just as deep as these roots are traveling. In practicing more groundedness, you are going to allow yourself to awaken to true levels of yourself, to more true, to your true nature in a new light. And you are going to be able to look into that true nature and that new light with the ease and grace, and knowing that this is the seed that you planted and now it's bloomed and you allowed it to bloom. And it's really just, I really gather that it's a time of nourishment here. This woman who is kneeling is wearing like a pink color drapery or robe or whatever, and the petals of this flower are pink. So to me, this pink or magenta signifies the crown chakra and your connection with spirit. And so this groundedness that you are practicing right now is going to be enlightening your experience with spirit. And it's going to allow you to experience the connection with spirit in a new way, in the way in which that intentional seed you planted is blooming, and through that bloom, so too is spirit going to be offering you a bloom in its own way. And it's something new, you know, no seed is the same, you know, so this is going to look and feel and sound and be completely different from what you have experienced before. And just allow yourself ease and grace and groundedness in this process of that seed growing. That's really what I'm getting from that card. And here we go, next into the next card, number 34, hold your center. And I will show it to you. And again, she has a magenta pink colored drapery around her, and she's in a garden surrounded by blooming seeds. She's in perhaps her own garden and in her own gateway to the garden. And it is very fruitful, very fulfilling, very nourished, very healthy, very vibrant, full of life vitality. This is her garden. Okay, this is your garden. And all these seeds that you have planted have grown so beautifully around you. And you are allowed the grace and ease to yourself, to acknowledge and open up your eyes to the beauty already surrounding you. Like really, truly count your blessings. Count the number of trees that have grown and that have bared fruit or have flowered around you. And acknowledge that as a form of acknowledging all of your accomplishments. You are literally gracefully sitting on the steps of your gateway, of your garden. And you've done the work to make this garden as beautiful as it is. And look how graceful and beautiful she is. This is a reflection of you and your current life experience and what you're experiencing around you. And in acknowledging this beauty all around you, the best way that I can describe what's coming through and what I'm seeing is it's like a vortex. You are the vortex. And it's pulsating within to without, within to without. So therefore, this card, Hold Your Center, as you are openly and expansively acknowledging the beauty all around you in your garden, so too are you acknowledging that this inner garden, this sanctuary, this temple, this self-love that you have grown for yourself has been blooming just as beautifully. And you are allowed to sit in the center of that and hold it, embrace it. And literally as I'm saying this, the sun is coming out. There's a rainbow flare right there for my sun catcher. And yeah, it's just a really magical time over here. So allow that to be your affirmation, that you are surrounded by beauty and abundance and fruitfulness and fulfillment that you have infinite access to. And it's all up to your choice. Whether you are going to hold this center, bring in that beauty within, bring in that beauty without, or if you just go around your garden spraying pesticides and burning it all down, creating your own destruction for really no reason, maybe because you're just bored, you feel like you want a new project, so you're gonna burn it down to the ground and start all over again. That may be a case as well. But this reading here, right now, in the present moment, is saying, again, you are completely surrounded by beauty. And this beauty has come from the seeds that you planted and they have grown. And now you are sitting in the center of your whole own beautiful oasis and garden of a life. And this is going to ignite a different fire for you in a different way. Because as you hold your center, you begin to realize your sovereignty, your true power, your true nature. And remember, your true nature. And this stone, the Leopard Jasper, connects you to your true nature. It brings nature within you without necessarily having to go out in nature if you don't have the ability to do so. That is literally this. The nature all around you, the beauty, is within the center. And the next card is the Initiation by Fire. And look, there's a star in her center, about the range of the heart chakra and the solar plexus in the gut. So as you're holding your center, you're finding your fire. You're finding your vitality, your life force energy, the creation energy and the destruction energy. But still, she's in a beautiful oasis. And her whole own, her whole auric field is illuminated like a bubble, okay? And this stream of light going from her crown, which is literally what we have been talking about in this magenta color, well, it's become enlightened, it's become golden and white, and she is igniting her fire. And this is the true sovereign God righteous fire that brings you into the higher vibrational state of heaven. And as you are holding your center, you bring that state of heaven unto earth. So it's literally as simple. These 3 cards are simple as acknowledging the blessings and the prosperity all around you already from your own doing. Because of the seeds that you planted, you've allowed them to grow. And now you're in the center of your beautiful own oasis. Holding your center will allow you to have the direct crown connection up to the higher vibrational states of consciousness that allows you to anchor in heaven down unto earth. Heaven is a state of mind. Heaven is bliss, ecstasy of life, true high vibrational love, unity consciousness, oneness. You know, it's along the lines of things that Yeshua was bringing in his teachings and guiding others with. It's that same connection, and it's available to all of us. We just have to be humble. We have to have humility. We have to remember that we are all in this together, this life on earth. And we all can succeed, we all can move on. And there's infinite enlightenment to all those who are willing and open to pursue it and commit themselves to a true intentional conscious path of awakening this true nature, this initiation by fire. So I believe that will do it for what message is coming through those cards. I definitely resonate with this myself. I have started my own personal process journey. I call it the 12 Chakra Awakening program or whatever. And I have begun at the Earth Star Chakra, which is beneath the root, but also ties in with the root. And right now I'm at the root. So this is very affirmative. I mean, completely. There's, I'll get into more of that at another time, but we're gonna go into the initiation by fire. And I'm just going to briefly read it. And by briefly, I mean I'm going to read the whole card to you. Because there's something in here that I am perhaps not able to convey through the words right now as Spirit is bringing it in. So this reading is going to help. Initiation by fire. Initiation by fire is a life-changing spiritual cleansing. Your life will never be the same again. Allow the power of divine fire to clear and purify you inside and out. This is not a time to hold on to anything, no matter how much you once believed you needed it. And letting go, you will gain so much more than you ever imagined, opening to fresh blessings and new life. You are, like the phoenix, ready to emerge from the holy flames, reborn. You have the spirit of the phoenix in you. You are able to rise again and again, even at times all seems lost. You are guided to remember this, as you are now being spiritually cleansed through initiation by fire. During such times, you will feel you are being asked to let go of relationships, situations, sometimes even jobs, attitudes, and belief systems that you have relied upon up until this point. You might have unintentionally placed more faith in that person, place, belief system, or identity than you placed in the divine. You might have held on to them rather than allowing the divine to guide you. This can happen easily on the earth plane. Sometimes these attachments become confining rather than supportive. In such cases, you will need to free yourself to continue your life journey. During the initiation by fire, all such attachments are burned away. A new life is a blessing, but that doesn't mean it is easily won. Sometimes the process can be challenging to the mind, even whilst the heart trusts in what is taking place. Whatever has been your stronghold in life, such as family, a marriage, job, security, a talent, or something that you have used to define your sense of self, will be where the fire burns brightest. Those areas will be transformed. Letting go and allowing that to happen to the very parts of your life that you are most protective of can require deep faith. You have to remember that love is real, so that you can hold on to your courage whilst you let go and allow the divine to have its way. Remember that the power of fire is destructive only in part. It also stimulates rapid new growth. Healing will arise in whatever area is being transformed. It is not only an ending, but also a beginning. This experience of initiation by fire is the divine making its presence felt in your life. It will be one of the most freeing and empowering experiences you'll have whilst in the physical body. It may ask you to confront fears and insecurities as you learn to trust the divine unconditionally. Know that the universe will always provide for you, and always in the way that is best for you, even if you don't understand why it needs to happen the way it does at the time. Keep your eye on the inner transformations that are occurring, aka hold your center, rather than fearing the outer changes. The universe loves you and holds you in high regard. Remember this and trust. Initiation is an advanced spiritual lesson. You are being honored by what is happening in your life now. You are strong enough to get through it and thrive into new life, like a radiant phoenix triumphantly emerging from the sacred fire. The invocation at the end reads, "Through my own free will, I choose to trust in the sacred fire to cleanse my soul, my body, and my mind. I have the spirit and power of the phoenix in me. My spirit will be triumphant, rising up out of the sacred divine fire. So I surrender my life into the holy fire of love. That which no longer serves me may be cleansed from my being, and rapid growth of new life can flow through me. May I be held in tenderness, mercy, and grace as I successfully pass through the initiation by fire into the loving, fearless power of my own divine nature. May all beings, through divine mercy, be free to love. So be it. Yeah. So that's those cards. And as it turns out, everything that you may have been perceiving as beautiful and perfect and fulfilling and abundant around you, it may actually be burning down to begin anew. Which is funny because I sensed that, but I counteracted it by saying that's not necessarily what needs to happen. But I see that's what's happening with this card. So continue holding your center and have trust and faith in yourself, knowing that one, you're not alone. Spirit is with you, guiding you through this initiation. And two, you are capable and you are worthy of this initiation. And it is an advanced spiritual lesson because this is complete transformation of a life. And if you surrender it into the fire, everything you once deemed as comfortable or as suitable to your life, your personality, your belief systems, your family, your friends, your loved ones, whatever it may be, there's transformation happening and you are the phoenix. So anything that no longer serves you in your life, it's time that it burns away completely and transmutes into a newer, higher form that serves you now in your journey moving forward. So that's, I suppose that could be a light message, but depends. How are you taking this insight? Next deck we are going into is Spirit Song Animal Tarot. I'm just going to briefly ask Spirit Guides, Ascended Masters, Higher Selves, Loving Archangels, what is a message that the collective needs to be aware of today and moving forward through this initiation by fire and holding the center? Can they best move forward through the initiation by fire with courage? Okay. How can the collective best hold their center at this time? What does that mean? What does that look like? So that they can comprehend. Nope. Just one more. Holding center. Initiation by fire. Okay. How can the collective best... I'm doing three cards. How can the collective best practice grounding at this time to help them get through these transformations? You saw that. Okay. That's for that. Okay, upright. Awesome. Ooh. Wow, okay, you remember when I was talking about the Leopard Jasper and how it connects you to the spirit guide, the hawk? Well, we got the hawk, and this is for the grounding card. How can the collective best ground through these transformations at the time? And that card is talking about insight and focus. Hawks have a very sharp eye and attention to detail. They also can see little miniature things from way up in the sky. What I am gathering from this card, attuning to the grounding card, is during this time of grounding, okay, there's a lot coming through. Spirit, can we clarify this in a understandable fashion for the collective? And gift me some words in which I can bring this message through. Okay. So this card, the hawk, is the Two of Acorns. What I'm sensing is that the seed you have planted is amongst a tall pine tree. Okay. And with these two acorns, I'm gathering the sense that the hawk has picked them up and has landed on the ground and is grounding. And as it lands on the ground, you went from a higher perspective. You went from flying up way, soaring high in the sky, looking down on the land or the situation. And now you're landing, and from one of the trees on your way down, descending, you picked up an acorn or two. And when you came down to the ground, you started to plant these as seeds. And knowing that acorns are very much a symbol of fertility, abundance, prosperity, familial growth, very centered around the idea of multiplying, procreation. So along that line, you had planted seeds of procreation. And this, yeah, it was a journey to come down from the sky back down to earth. And the seeds that you are planting and the grounding that you are doing is making this little guy come around, which is the Empress, the rabbit, which is all about beauty and abundance. Also symbol of fertility, familial growth, procreation, and just an overall having ease and grace through life. You know, you're hopping around to each prairie, you're surrounding yourself in this prairie covered in flowers, you know, and this beauty and abundance is what you are experiencing now as this flower is beginning to bloom from your seed. And as you hold your center, the card, the Hermit, the koala. Well, koalas are very wise. And this card is contemplation and wisdom, the koala, the hermit. So holding your center, going within yourself, finding your true self, connecting to your true nature, your sovereignty. That's the Hermit. And you are in a period right now of contemplation, filling in your own lines with more wisdom. You're perhaps studying more along the lines of things that you're passionate about, or brings you joy, or brings your life feeling more purpose. This Hermit mode is absolutely important. It is so important, because this contemplation, wisdom, and center that you are finding within yourself is literally going to be guiding you to this swan card, the star. The star card is all about embracing and adapting to transformation and change. And it's all about peace and healing. And also, the star is attuned to the energy of Aquarius. So that also means that in this initiation by fire that you're moving into, and your life is completely transforming, it's now the time in your life where you're going to start having way more true friendships, way more situations, auspicious opportunities showing up that serve you, that bring you what you are wanting or needing personally, for your own fulfillment, but also for the greatest, highest good of all, for the collective. So as you are going through this initiation by fire, what you are gathering from your contemplation, your wisdom, your insight, your focus, your beauty and abundance, through all these phases that you're just sifting through, this all is leading to a very peaceful, harmonious, healing experience where you experience a whole new life for yourself. You experience a whole new life. And I get this strong sense that that can only be done by going through the fire. The old has to be burnt away. You have to move on. It's time. I don't know the depth or the meaning of that for you. I know it for me. And it is kind of like, ooh, a little wobbly, but it won't be as wobbly for us if we continue our grounding, continue acknowledging all the appreciation around us, our beautiful garden, our beautiful life that we've created for ourselves, and allow ourselves the grace in surrendering it to the divine loving fire for transmutation. And that's going to allow this is the ascension. This is the gateway of the ascension, where you are literally moving into your higher self. Meaning you're transcending the density, the third dimensional state of consciousness, the low vibration, the distraction, the stagnancy, the manipulation games of the system, whatever that may be for you. You are transcending it because you have been planting new seeds of intention with conscious awareness, paying attention to what you're speaking, knowing that what you speak holds power, shifting the way and what you are speaking. And as you're moving through these phases, you are naturally throwing stuff into the fire. It's not even really an effort so much. You're naturally sacrificing what you no longer want in your life. You're like, okay, you can have this. Okay, have this. Okay, have this. This fire burns it all. There's no clutter at the end. It's all ashes. And you know what stands in the center at the end of it? You and your new form. And what is happening here in this ascension process, this initiation by fire, that whole old self is transformed. Those wounds that you thought you'd never be able to get through or look at, or the shadow self you never thought you could face, that's no longer. You're facing it head on, and you're choosing consciously and willingly what you are wanting to bring to your new table, to your new life. And continue. Do your grounding. Hold your center. Allow yourself to move graciously into this personal transformation. And it is promising you peace, healing, joy, fulfillment, abundance, beauty, everything you can imagine that you want for yourself. It's offering that because it's innately yours already, especially as you begin to keep telling yourself who you truly are. You keep consciously designing your template, your blueprint of life. Yeah. So that's those cards. You've got the hawk, the rabbit, the koala, and the swan. And that is those spirit animal cards. So next we're going to move into the little Namaste divination blessing deck. And I'm just going to ask Spirit, high vibrational loving Spirit, on behalf of supporting our soul journeys, what is a message that we can offer the collective right now in this present moment that will help us best move forward? 2 cards. Okay, I think we've gotten these before. They're very beautiful. Here's one card. And here's another. I will read you this card first. A blessing woven in time. The present circumstances are guiding you to a sacred space inside you, from where you will see things more clearly. Look through the eye of the soul and you will find the answer. This card is a blessing woven in time. The time will soon come. Beautiful. This card reads, Blessed tranquility. Your feelings are surfacing in order to be healed. Have faith and know that you are safe. Trust the current waves of emotion shall become a sea of tranquility, full of love and blessings. So that's those cards. That is this collective message. I speak, you have used your own discernment. You've gathered the insight that feels right in your center, and that I have perhaps offered answers to your questions. Tomorrow I'm going to film the chapter 3 of the 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. So tune in for that. That is an absolutely fascinating and lovely book that will also offer so much guidance. And yeah, we're going to conclude it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Have a beautiful, blessed rest of your day. Namaste.